11 minutes past 10 here on BBC Radio Scotland. You're listening to Mornings today with Laura Maciver. Now, from taking up Highland dancing to participating in her first Highland Games in 2017, Janine Tessarzik has always been drawn to her Scottish heritage from an early age. Janine has since become a relentless athlete, competing in Highland Games across America and further afield. She's with us now. Janine, good morning to you.
Good morning, Laura.
Good
Thank you so much for having me on.
Thank you for coming all the way from Ohio to talk to us this Robert Burns Day. So you have Irish and Scottish heritage, don't you? But when did you decide to kind of embrace these Scottish roots and get into Highland Games?
Yeah, absolutely. So my first, as you mentioned, my first experience in the games competitively was as a dancer. And so that was probably when I was 7 or 8 years old. And then I did that for about 7 years and then got into track and field. I threw shot put and discus through high school and then added weight and hammer in college and have kept on throwing, and I coached for a while. And then in 2017, I was looking to get active again and be competitive, doing something about a year after my son was born. And so I signed up for my first competition as a heavy athlete. Because when I was younger, women didn't really participate in the games, in the heavy athletics, all those years that I was attending games as a dancer. But I'd heard, that women were included by that time, by 2017. The first games that I went to where I saw a woman compete, like a full women's class, was 2011. So I feel like it was just a matter of time before those worlds all came together.
And you are a thrower. What exactly are you throwing?
Right. So when people that have no idea what the heavy athletics are, what the Highland Games are, I tell them that I throw like rocks and weights and I flip tree trunks, and that's pretty on the mark. We have 2 stone throws. There's 2 weights for distance, which is a block of iron on the end of a chain. You've got a handle that you hold on to and you throw it with one arm. We've got 2 hammer throws, which is the release looks similar to the Olympic hammer, but you're not allowed in approach. So you plant your feet in the ground, you grab onto the handle and swing it around and let it go. And then we've got the caber toss, which I think most people, that's like the signature event of the games. Here in the U.S. And a few other areas, we also have an event that I don't believe is contested really in Scotland and other areas that we call the sheaf toss, where we take a pitchfork. I love this. Take a pitchfork and shove it
sounds dangerous already.
A weighted burlap sack.
You shove it into a weighted burlap sack and then throw it up 30 feet in the air. And then the last event of the day is the weight over bar. So the same weight that we use for the heavyweight for distance, which when I compete as an open athlete is 28 pounds. You throw it with one arm up over your head for height. It's kind of like a single arm kettlebell snatch throw.
Mm-hmm. Well, and tell us more about the Highland Games circuit then in the US, because you've taken part in a few, but is this quite a thing?
It's a big thing over here for sure. There are some games. One of the ones in California that I competed at, I think last year was something like the 156th running of the games in Pleasanton. And there are a lot of really big, like significant festivals where you can find the heavy athletics. You'll also find us competing in the heavy athletics at things like there's like an Irish festival down in Columbus, a couple hours south of me. I've seen them at pirate festivals and at Renaissance fairs and whatnot. So it's definitely a big draw, much like it is at the full Highland Games. It's a big draw that people will bring in for other events as well.
Yeah, and who's turning up? Is this people who have Scottish heritage or just a whole lot of interested parties?
There are a lot of different things that draw people to the Highland Games, to the heavy athletics. There's a lot of people that competed in track and field or in other sports in college. Sometimes we'll get people that have competed in powerlifting or Olympic lifting or strongman, and we're kind of all in that family together. And so we'll get people from there, and then we'll get people celebrating their Scottish heritage, absolutely. But really, or just people that are like, that looks really cool, I want to go throw something.
I want to throw a pitchfork. And you want to.
You don't throw it. You hold on to the pitchfork. You don't throw it. Please don't throw your pitchfork.
Okay. And your goal is to participate in the Braemar Highland Games. Why is that?
That has been one of my goals, and I came very close to being able to, but I had an invite to the women's professional world championships the same weekend, and so choosing between the two of them, I went for the world championships. But Braemar, it's I don't need to tell people in Scotland, it's like the longest running games, I believe, and it's just it's there's like legend to it, and it was featured in the episode of the Home Games, the documentary series on Netflix. The second episode was all about the Highland Games and culminated in the featured athletes competing there. And it's just, yeah, I got to sneak. I'm like outing myself now. Please don't come after me. I snuck onto the field at like 2 a.m. in the morning on the Thursday before the games. And I I expected there probably will be now, so much more security. And there wasn't. I kept on waiting for someone to like pop out and like wag their finger at me and you tell me to get off the field. But I went out there I don't even know what to compare it to. But it was a spectacular moment for me. It was really amazing.
What did you just stand there, or did you have a throw, or?
No, oh God, no. That I was worried about like the marks that my feet were making just on the grass as I was walking around. No, I went around and just took some pictures. I didn't have anything to throw. I just walked around and just
enjoyed being there.
Soaked it all in. It was awesome. I set up my tripod and my camera. My camera takes great pictures at night. It leaves the shutter open for like up to 30 seconds. So the pictures that I got there, it looks like it's the middle of the day. But I like stood in like the hammer cage and like a couple different places just looking around. It was really meaningful for me.
Well, I retrospectively give you permission to do that here in Scotland. And how was your visit? And do you feel Scottish, Janine?
Do I feel Scottish? Oh goodness, what does it mean to feel Scottish? To feel like sometimes feel like a little bit of an underdog and a warrior? Yeah, I'd say probably. Yeah. I definitely, I've always felt connected to my Scottish roots, and over the last year and change in particular, I've been connecting a lot more with Clan Campbell. Oh, this is one of the shirts that goes over on the side. Excuse me. One second.
Oh, go for it. Have a cough. I'm croaky this week as well.
Yeah. The Clan Campbell Society of North America has a really strong representation all around the country. So frequently at the games that I attend, the clan tents are a really big part of that. And over the last year and a half or so, I've been making more of an effort at the games where I'm competing to go out and interact with the people at the Clan Campbell tent. And I joined a little over a year ago. About a year and a half ago, about 15 months ago, I finally signed up for a membership to the Clan Campbell Society of North America. And especially over the last 6 months or so, the connection has grown stronger and stronger. And they gave me a really generous contribution from their educational foundation to help me be able to make the trip to Scotland. And also the previous weekend to Switzerland for the Masters World Championships. But yeah, going back to your question about my time in Scotland, it was incredible. I mean, having been a dancer for so many years and, knowing about my Scottish heritage, it's been a dream to go to Scotland. And I've been really privileged in that my father's from Germany. And I've been able to go there and visit my relatives in Germany for many times. And I made it as close as like London, but never was able to make it actually to Scotland. So yeah, so I really made a point to go up there, and it was really incredible. I have done some genealogy research and found that my most recent ancestors were from Balcutter, and so I went to that very small little town and went all around there and saw. I visited. I went through Inverary Castle. It was closed because I was there in the middle of the week. But I was able to go see Inverary Castle and go up to Cotter Castle and go through Inverness and then Braemar. Like it was incredible.
Oh, lovely! You took in all the sights. Well, very quickly, Janine. It is Burns Day. Robert Burns Day here. Will you be eating haggis tonight? It's my last question.
I would love to. I actually had haggis for the first time like 2 weekends ago at a game down in Florida at the Clan Campbell tent. Not for the first time. Correction. I had it in third grade once and I absolutely hated it. So I have not had it since then, but I I wish I still had some haggis, but now I actually can say I like haggis. So maybe next year for Burns Day,
get some
maybe I'll be able to
ordered.
get some haggis.
Oh, well, it's been lovely to
like some
talk to you. We'll send you
so
some
much.
over,
You too.
Tess. Lovely to chat. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
That was
much.
Janine Tessarzik there.
Here we go, second attempt. Right into it. No way.
That counts. I got throws.
Darn near.